Welcome everybody to another edition of Sports Science Hacks. Today I'm going to be speaking about some of the downsides of studying abroad. First of all, I found there was an issue with isolation in the first few months that I was there in Germany. I had my friends in the PhD office and that was great, but then when I went home, it's kind of all I had. I didn't have any family or anyone else to talk to, so I did find myself feeling pretty lonely a lot of the time. You do miss just regular chats, not just friends and family, but even just being in the bar with people or cafe or restaurant, just having that chat. I never thought about this in England, but being in Germany, watching people in the first few months speaking German, enjoying themselves, I did feel a bit left out. Secondly, in relation to that is the language barrier. The early days are extremely awkward. Even for me, getting on a bus in Germany was just a horrible experience. And there was other stuff as well, like going for a haircut, I couldn't explain myself very well. Going to a shop, I used to dread it if anyone came near me and tried to talk to me. But it does improve over time. This is about your mindset, and I spent a lot of time learning German, so I did feel more comfortable as time went by. Thirdly, you also have issues with cultural differences. For me, going to Germany, the humour was completely different. I'm very silly. A lot of German people just aren't that way inclined to be that way, and that's fair enough, so you both find yourself trying to find that common ground sometimes. In Germany, everything was closed on a Sunday. Only bars, restaurants, cafes were open, so I found some ways to pass the time, but I did find myself pretty bored. And just little things you don't think about before you move abroad, so filling in forms, registration, taxes, there's all sorts of little things that surprise you, and they're first world problems having to deal with it, but at the same time, when you've got other stuff going on in your life, it can be quite stressful. And finally, my last point is home comforts. Now, this is the first thing most people think about really when they move away, and that was an issue for me. So I miss football, I miss going to games. Now I'm watching the Premier League at 2, 4, 6 in the morning in my little box room in Sydney in 35-degree heat. It's not quite the same. Food and drink, restaurants, bars, I just miss stuff back home in the early days. And just the price as well. I'm not the tightest of people, but when you're paying double the price in Sydney for a drink, it's all overpriced, sometimes it doesn't quite taste the same. Little things like that, you do find that you miss. And when you're stressed out as it is, little things can be exacerbated. But this isn't just a rant, I'm trying to put a positive spin on it here and say there's a common theme to all of this. And the fact is, it's tough at the start. It's really hard, the first few months moving away, you don't know anybody. But if you're listening to this and you think of moving abroad, or you're in the early days of living in a new country, it will improve. And the one way it improves for the most part is just your mindset. You have to be proactive, you have to immerse yourself in the culture, you have to learn the language, go out there and meet people. If you do that and you're positive, it will improve. I went from moving to Germany, being a bit unsure of what I was doing, to really missing the place and not wanting to leave in those last few weeks I was there. Okay, thank you for watching this video. I hope it was useful. If you want to discuss it a little bit more, get in touch with me on Instagram at Sports Science Hacks. I also recommend you watch this video here from Dr. Adam Bevan. He's one of my good friends. He went through the same process as me, being in Germany and Australia, and he gives some really good insights in his video. Okay, thanks for tuning into this video, and I'll see you again soon.